What's going on, everybody? It's having a great day, great night, wherever you're watching this from. Let's talk about protecting your relationship, your marriage. Let's talk about that. And what I'm going to talk about, I think all of us can relate to it because a lot of us have been there, are there right now. You don't even realize the reason why you're struggling in your marriage and in your relationship is because of one of these reasons. You all know growing up, we open ourselves up to things. We experience a lot. And as we experience a lot, it puts all of us in a position that allows us to grow. And some people, they wait till they get out of high school and go to college to experiment. And some people that I knew when I was in high school, they was experimenting, all the time. Some people lost their virginity at a young age, and some people lost their virginity late, like myself. But even within that, I think a lot of us, we don't understand that when we open ourselves up to certain things, it opens you up spiritually and mentally, where you are looking at performing more. And for a lot of couples, I couldn't understand this when I was growing up, and this was even through my marriages. A lot of people, they don't have an issue with watching porn. Couples, they do it all the time, and, for some reason, they say it enhanced their relationship and their marriages and all this other stuff or whatever. But I had to take a step back from myself because it opened me up to things that was uncontrollable. There's a thing called uncontrollable lust. Within that lust, you would notice that it makes you want to do things with people that you wouldn't normally do, to step outside of your relationship and your marriage. And this right here was a no-no. But even though I knew it was a no-no, it still, that lust was driving me. It was a driving force in my personal life. And I had to figure out exactly why I was thinking the way I was thinking, why I was feeling the way I was feeling was because I was opening myself up to something spiritually a little bit more deeper than you can ever understand. One of the things about the industry itself, and we're going to get back into the topic, talking about protecting your relationship, is that it's a mind-controlling industry. It is an industry that does nothing more than want to manipulate and control your mind. We don't understand that. Some people they're not affected by it, but they look at it as pure entertainment, but you're still opening yourself up spiritually to some things. So where am I going with this, and how does this tie in to protecting your relationship and your marriage? The problem is that whenever you're dealing with lust, whenever you're dealing with this uncontrollable lust, this thing will overtake you. It has nothing to do with how faithful you are. It has nothing to do with how long you've been married. I know guys and I know women that have been married for years that have stepped outside of their marriage and their relationship, well, out of their marriage in general, and they couldn't understand why they was willing to do that. It wasn't looking for the emotional connection. It wasn't even physical. It was just the fantasy, the thoughts within our mind that pushed us to a place that we don't understand why we was pushed to that place. And a lot of it has to do with what we entertain. So what am I saying? It's not even just the porn itself. It's the conversations that we have with the opposite sex. It is the people that comes into our life to infiltrate our life. And this is the main reason why I tell couples in general that you have to be careful with people that are part of your life and the people that are, supposedly friends of the opposite sex. Because some people will only stick around long enough just so they can smash and dash. And I'm just being honest with you all. I think a lot of these videos are going a different route. I don't know why, but God has just allowed me to talk the way I'm talking. So we're just gonna keep on flowing. And we just gotta be very careful, y'all. You have to close that door. You can't keep that door open. You can't. You can't sit up here and say that, these things do not infiltrate your marriage, your relationship, because they do. They do play a role into a lot of things that, you all try to suppress. people suppress things. They don't deal with it. We suppress it. We don't want to deal with it because a lot of us don't know how to deal with it. The way that we deal with things in our life is that we constantly suppress it and think because we suppress it, it's going to just disappear and go away. No. We're talking about temptations. We're talking about lust. We're talking about things that we have to deal with. The thing about it is, you all, is that even fleeing temptation is not going to help it. Running away from it is not going to help it if you continue to open the door to certain things. That means having certain people in your life that does nothing more than feed your lust. That means continue to watch porn, continue to do certain things that feed your cravings, that does not help you out in your marriage and in your relationship. And I know that seems a little bit to the left or to the right, however y'all want to put it, but it's just where it's at right now, you all. These patterns, we have to break them. We got to close the door. We have to protect the sanity of our marriage and the sanity of our relationship. If we're going to go in a certain direction, then we're going to have to be honest with ourselves and understand that this is the reason why we have so many issues in our marriage and our relationship. Is because we have opened a portal, we've opened the door spiritually to things that we are not prepared for. So let's just be honest. Let's understand that it takes time, it takes patience, excuse me, but it also takes for us to be wise, all right? Last but not least, always remember, there's a moment in your life, God is bigger in this moment, and that's the reason why we got to continue to press. Have a blessed and wonderful day.